Why does $100,000 change your financial life forever? Most people think it's just another number. Some think it's not enough. Others believe it's a miracle. But here's the truth. $100,000 is a psychological threshold, a financial turning point, and a life-changing leverage point. If you understand how to use it, stay with me till the end, because what you're about to learn can permanently change the way you approach money, success, and wealth forever. Let's start with something people rarely talk about. Making your first $10,000 feels exciting. It proves effort works. Your first $50,000 feels serious. But your first $100,000, that doesn't just feel different. It is different. It changes your life in four powerful ways: how you think, how you earn, how you invest, and how you plan your future. First, $100,000 breaks the mental poverty ceiling. Most people live in financial survival mode their entire life. Constant stress, constant scarcity, constant fear. If I lose my job, what happens? If I get sick, what happens? If something goes wrong, how do I pay for it? When you don't have money, every problem feels like a disaster. Every decision is emotional. Every mistake feels fatal. But once you have $100,000, something shifts. You gain breathing room. You stop reacting to life. You start planning life. Scarcity disappears and strategy replaces panic. That mental shift alone is life-changing because now you can think long-term. You can take smarter risks. You can say no to bad opportunities. You can walk away from toxic jobs. And for the first time, you're not just surviving, you're building. Second, $100,000 is proof of competence. Nobody stumbles into $100,000 by accident. To make $100,000, you had to learn something: a skill, discipline, consistency, patience, resilience, or strategy. Maybe you built a business. Maybe you mastered freelancing. Maybe you worked, saved, and invested consistently. But regardless of how you did it, $100,000 means something powerful. You now know how to create money. And here's the important part. Once you know how to create money, you can repeat it. That knowledge is priceless. That confidence removes fear. When people say the first $100,000 is the hardest, they're not lying. It's because before $100,000, you're guessing. After $100,000, you're executing. Before $100,000, you're uncertain. After $100,000, you're confident. That's why the first $100,000 changes your life. It's not the cash. It's the capability. Third, $100,000 is wealth leverage. When you have nothing, you can't invest. When you do invest, it's slow. You put $50 somewhere and hope it grows, but $100,000 behaves differently. At 7 to 10% average yearly returns, $100,000 quietly compounds. Without doing anything extra, it can produce thousands per year. And if you actively invest wisely, business, skills, real estate, opportunities, money stops being something you chase and becomes something that works for you. Wealth is not about working harder forever. Wealth is about getting your money to do the heavy lifting. And $100,000 is the point where compounding actually becomes meaningful. The difference between investing $1,000 and investing $100,000 is not emotional hype. It's real mathematical power. Suddenly, time becomes your ally. Fourth, $100,000 changes how the world treats you. People respect results. Doors open differently when you're stable. Banks treat you differently. Opportunities find you instead of you begging for them. Even your relationships evolve. You attract better conversations, better connections, better partners, better networks, because now you're playing at a different level. And let's be honest, stability makes you more attractive, not just romantically, but socially and professionally. People trust those who have proven they can handle responsibility. But here's the catch. Having $100,000 doesn't automatically change your life. Knowing how to use it correctly does. Because if you treat $100,000 like free spending money, it disappears fast. That's why so many people get $100,000 and end up broke again. New car, new phone, new lifestyle, higher expenses. Suddenly they're back at zero, but with more stress. $100,000 should never be the finish line. It should be the foundation. So how do you make $100,000 life-changing instead of temporary? Number one, don't inflate your lifestyle. Wealth grows when your income rises, but your expenses don't rise with it. The real flex is peace of mind, not designer labels. The real luxury is freedom, not proving something to strangers. Keep your costs simple. Stack cash. Invest strategically. Delay looking rich long enough to actually become rich. Number 2, invest in assets and skills, not liabilities. $100,000 can disappear into luxuries, or it can multiply into opportunities. Use part of it to build skills that increase your earning power: sales, communication, tech, marketing, finance, real estate knowledge. Then use another part to invest in assets that pay you: stocks, index funds, cash-flowing businesses, scalable digital assets, or property when possible. The goal is simple: turn $100,000 into consistent income streams. Number 3, build systems, not hustle forever. If $100,000 comes from working yourself to exhaustion, your goal should be using that money to free your time. That means automating income. That means building leverage. That means making money without trading every second of your life. Because true wealth isn't just money, it's time plus control plus peace. And here's a powerful truth: once you hit $100,000, the next $100,000 comes faster. The next $200,000 comes faster. Eventually, the money curve bends upward. That's compounding. That's experience. That's momentum. $0 to $100,000 is climbing uphill. $100,000 to $1 million is still hard. But you're finally moving downhill with gravity on your side. Before we go deeper, here's a quick test. If you had $100,000 right now, what would you do with it? Would you blow it? Would you freeze because you don't know what to do? Or would you build something powerful with it? If your answer isn't clear yet, keep watching, because the clarity you gain today may be more valuable than the money itself. Now let's talk mindset. The poorest mindset says, if I had $100,000, I'd relax. The wealthy mindset says, if I have $100,000, I build, so I never have to worry again. Poor thinking chases comfort. Wealth thinking chases control. Poor thinking buys distractions. Wealth thinking buys freedom. And freedom is expensive, but worth it. $100,000 doesn't just unlock financial power. It unlocks emotional power. Suddenly, emergencies don't scare you. Losing a job doesn't destroy you. Unexpected life events don't collapse you. Life feels lighter. You sleep better. You think clearer. And when your mind is free from panic, creativity returns. Ambition returns. Possibility returns. And if you're watching this right now thinking, but I'm nowhere close to $100,000, don't feel discouraged. Feel informed, because now you know what you're aiming for. Now you understand why this milestone matters. And the journey to $100,000 starts with 3 habits: increase your income potential, control your spending, and consistently invest. Simple ideas, rarely executed. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is consistency. So let me speak to you directly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not stuck. People have built $100,000 from nothing. Migrants, workers, students, parents, people with no connections, people who started with debt, people who failed multiple times before succeeding. What they had wasn't luck. It was determination, education, patience, and relentless effort. If this message is hitting you right now, that means something in you is ready for more, ready to take control, ready to stop watching success and start building it. And if you're still here listening, let me drop a little retention trigger for your future self. One day, when you finally hit your first $100,000, I want you to remember this moment. Remember where you are right now. Remember the version of you that decided to change, because that version of you deserves credit. Here's the final truth. $100,000 doesn't change your life because of the money. It changes your life because of who you must become to earn it, keep it, and multiply it. The discipline, the patience, the resilience, the intelligence, the strategy. That version of you is unstoppable. And once you meet them, life will never be the same again. If you found value in this, don't just click away. Do something with it. Take action. Start building your $100,000 foundation today. It starts the moment you decide you're done living average. Your first $100,000 isn't the finish line. It's the beginning of a completely new life. Let's build it.